will be discussing on the topics like the non-static information of a class. Yesterday we discussed static. Now we are going to discuss today non-static information of a class and what is an object or instance of a particular class and what is instantiation. What is a static block, what is a constructor, and overall flow of the program. Whenever you execute a program, how is the program going to execute, the flow of execution. Right? So for this, what is non-static data? Now the data without any static keyword, data or any member, let me write just as a member without any static keyword, as a like program. Static keyword is actually called as non-static or actual definition. The information which belongs to a particular physical object, which belongs to a physical object, is called as non-static data. Like if you just see the physical calculator example itself, just to make you clear, it's not that exactly same. So if I'm opening, if these are two physical calculators, the information like calculator word, the word which is visible on that standard calculator is same on all the physical calculators. It will not change from calculator to calculator. The word will be calculator. So the name of this app is calculator, which is same for all. So this is static. And when you compare this result, every calculator has initially some result, but this will not be same for all calculators throughout the execution. Now it is 0, it can be 9, it can be 3. Depends upon what you have done on each object. So each object we can do different operations and we can get different answer here. So that means result is not same. Result can change from object to object. So this information called result is called as non-static data. Static data here we can represent like calculator word. The word calculator is a static information. The information result is not a static, it's a non-static data. So what is exactly understood by static is the one which belongs to a class. Belongs to a class. In a normal way, if I have to say, to the program. Simply app or software of the program. A simple class program. And what about the non-static? The information which belongs to the objects of a particular class. Objects of a class. But not only the class. Means they exist only when there is an object created. Only when one object is created. But here if I say the static, they exist even before object is created. Objects are created. So that means these are associated with class existence. With class existence. Means if the class is running on the JVM, this is also available. Means class loaded on the JVM. That is called as class existence. So then this static data is available. What about this other data? It is associated to instances, objects. So which must be created. Otherwise it does not exist. So the non-static data only appear on the JVM when we create an object. That is the first thing we should understand. And next difference we can simply say is that like individual points about every data. Now this is available on the class area of the JVM. Yesterday we discussed this point. But when we talk about non-static data, they will be loaded on the heap area. Heap area of the JVM. So in the JVM architecture, we have discussed about these points like the class area, heap area, stack area, and all these things. So here The non-static data will find it inside which memory of the area? In the heap area. The static data is loaded in which part of the system? It is loaded in the class area. These are loaded only once, not duplicated, only once on the JVM. But these things are loaded again and again, right? N number of times depending upon the object's creation. On the object's creation. That means how many objects are there? That many non-static data. Just think there are 3 calculators. If there are 3 calculators open on the system, we have how many results? 3 results will appear on the system. But if I say 3 or n calculators are created, so the calculator word will be loaded only once, even though we have n number of objects. N objects exist in the system. Right? This is not duplicated, but the non-static data will be duplicated. And the most important point, every object of a class can access static data. So this we have to imagine right now. Every object of a class can access every static information of a class. Or simply saying that, or we can just mention that class information. Means class information can be shared by every object. If I have one object or 2 objects or any number of objects of the same class, all can share the data which is present inside a class. So class data can be shared by all objects of a particular class. Now simple picture I just showed you just to understand what is. Now if you think that the student's ID card, if you are the students of the same college, on every ID card the college name will be same if it is like CMRI or whatever it will be. So now every ID card of every student will find the same name. But what about the student name? Is it also same for all the ID cards or it will differ from one ID card to
Different.
differ? So this differing values are called as non-static data. So this information, which is a static information, is used by every object. So these are the physical ID cards. This is ID card 1, 2 and 3. So on every ID card we'll find some different name, but the college name is definitely the same here. Everybody can use the college name here because that is of a which type of nature? A static information. So every student card will use the college name, but that college name is not using memory here. It is just printed on every card. But where does it reside in the memory part? It is present in the class area or the area where the classes are loaded. But where are these things loaded right now? These are present in the heap area of the JVM. So every class, just this difference we have to remember, class and class data are found on the class area. And these are called as class members. That means class members are loaded on the class area. Second thing, the objects data. Object and the objects information are loaded in the heap area. So these are called as instance members. Now just to code it, the coding would be same. See, without programming, we cannot write an object also. So without defining a software for calculator, can I physically load that calculator on the system? We can't do it. So first, definitely a program should be written. So this is like I'm just saying ID card. This is a program about an ID card, and then every ID card consists of a college name. I'm just writing the same name, and let us give some name here. And another thing is your name, student's name. But now, as of now, I'm not writing the student. Okay. So because if I write in the program, this program itself has some students' name. This program is not about one student, it is about n number of students. So I will try to write a function as of now. So like I just want to set the student name. So just think that till now what we have written, if I have a result, what we have done in the calculator, just compare that program. If this is a calculator, we have taken up because that is associated with the class. Last time we had done like this is equal to 0. And what did we do later? We did operations on static operations. We said like something add and just said int a comma int b. If you want to print it, it's up to you, or else you can return it. So here we said result is equal to a plus. That means this function was doing operations on this data. It was performing some logic on this particular data. So if this function takes two numbers, it was applying that sum of these two numbers into the result variable. So the logic is written inside the functions. So same way, I want to write a function, right now, a method which will set the student name. So that means student, or we see the app will take the data from outside. So somebody will enter the name of a student, that name. So that name which has been entered from outside will be saved in which variable? Student name. I'm just saying. So I'm saying this just like a message, confirmation message. The student name is set. It's set successfully. Okay? And let me write another function which is just to display student name. So it's not taking any value. What is there inside the student details? I just want to print it. Once I want to check it, is it correct or not? Write a sentence. Student name is yes. Now I just want to write one more function just to print the ID card. So that means what should be printed on the ID card? ID card is a physical instance right now. So what should we write on the ID card? What should be visible as of now? I should just say the college name, beside that CA, and beside that the student. So here I'll just see student. Okay. Till here any confusion? See, we have only taken two variables out of this whole program. Only two variables. But I declared these two variables inside my class code. And inside that class, we want the name of the college should be same for all objects. So that's the reason we are taking this variable of which type? Static. But the one student name is not a static information. It's not the same for all objects, all students. So I want to make it like non-static. So non-static means I don't use the static. So this is a non-static data or instance data, or called as instance data. And this one is called as static data or class data. So this belongs to the class name, and this belongs to the object. Now just think about the method also. Is this operation done on the class or on a student object, physical object? Means when a student's ID card is getting generated, then should I set the name for that ID card, or is it applicable to the application? That means without a student, can I set the name, or with a student I should set the name? This operation, should I associate it with the class or associate with the object?
With an object, no?
With an object. Means nobody can do this if the student does not exist. So the ID card is being generated for a particular student. At that time only, we should go for this process of setting the name on that ID card. Because app is same. The college people will take the same app, just fill the details of a particular student and just say, okay, print the ID card. So they give a printing for different students at different times, but the program is one only. So this procedure is only to change the name of a student because here there is no name. And more importantly, every reference variable, if it does not have any value, we can just use a keyword like null. That means why null means this variable is not pointing to any address. Like in C also pointers. If int star p does not point to anything, we give null, capital null, completely capitalized. But in Java, this is a keyword to represent no address. Same like C null, this is also the same null. That means no address. So like if I write any number, I just don't want any number, we just say 0. If I don't want any character, I just say /0, null character. So for everything there is no data. No data has a representation. No integer means 0. No character means null. So same way, no address means null. That means it's not pointing to any address on the RAM. So now this is the only procedure by which user will pass a name to this method, and that name we have to set into which variable? This one. So this s name is set through the data which is passed to the function during execution. Okay, if you are getting confused, now just think how do we call this function if it was a static function? Just think previously how we have written till now. How to call this function if you have written a main somewhere or anywhere else. Now I'm writing from now onwards the main class every time somewhere else. So this is like test ID card. So how do we call that function here? It was a static. So I want to call the function. Okay, forget about that now because this topic will discuss other issues. If there is a function, this one, and it says hello. How to call this function? Yeah, how do we call this function for execution?
Class name dot function.
Yeah, so class name is id card dot this is
Display.
the function. This is the way. So just think if I have written an argument here. I'm removing this. Now I'm saying, so how do we call this? That means whatever. Forget about message. I just want to give a name. So that I can just say hello and tell you name. Hello. Okay, call me. Hello, Yogeshwar. Now how do we call this function? It's a display with some input required. What is the input requirement by this function now?
Name.
Some which type of input?
String.
String type. So that means I have to pass a string information. String means anything which is found in double quotations. Something like this. Okay, is that clear? So I'm calling the function by passing the string information. So by that execution will say hello Yogeshwar. Fine. So to call this function display, I have to pass a information of string type. So whenever I call this function, I definitely have to pass the string information. Otherwise it won't run. Same class I can call it so many times. I can call this function. So previously it printed hello Yogeshwar. Now it just prints it like this. So hello content. So output is different because we called it twice. It's printing hello Yogeshwar. Okay, and this is printing hello content. Output is same, but only name is changing. Is that clear? Till here is any confusion?
No, ma'am.
Because yesterday we did no calculator with addition function.
Yes, ma'am.
So we said add with two integers we passed. Now compare to the same program and try to call the other function. How do we call this function? call this function. What is its input requirement?
Again, class name and function name.
Yeah. So the concept is same, but again I'll call the class name and we say set s and we can pass any name right. Okay, that means where will this name be set right now? Where will this name be assigned? Where will this name go and get initialized? I said set
Yes, name.
Student name.
yeah this student name instead of null it will replace with that comma here. So initially it was updated in which variable? This name variable, which is
Yes.
a local to this function. So this variable has passed on that value to the class variable. So why I am saying class variable right now? Okay, if I say static, see if I am just saying static, okay, then it is set as class variable. Now I'm just observe, I'm removing the static keywords there and I'm removing the static keyword here. So that means is it a static information or an object's information? Will it be found in the
Objects
class?
information.
Objects information. So right now we should only know these informations. We can't call like that. We can't call this with the class name. I can't call set name with the class. So we need to create an object of the class ID card. This concept. So for that, first we have to declare a variable. So like card1 is equal to. Now I just have to load every non-static information, objects information with a keyword called new. I should say new of the class name and this round brackets. So that means I am trying to create a new block of memory to load all instance variables, non-static variables of which class ID card. So that means a block of memory is created to load of non-static variables, non-static members of the class of the ID card class. Is that clear? Not the static information. It is not loading static. Static is already loaded. So this static information will be already loaded whenever we represent a class. So whenever class is loaded, first static information is loaded. Whenever you want to create a new physical object of a particular class, then only a specific non-static data will be loaded in that particular memory. Now this sentence will just create a block of object. Object means a block of physical memory only, where we'll find the object's data. So object's data is there in the object, and that block's base address will be stored in this way. So just you can compare with this concept. String str is equal to text. So what did we say previously? Str is a reference or a pointer to this block of information. This block is nothing but a string object. So here I can say str is a reference or pointer in your terminology, just to make it easy. The address of Teclan. That means address of the Teclan object. So Teclan is some physical information somewhere. It will just point to that information. It is pointing. It's not holding the information. So same way, any variable of any class. So string is a predefined class and ID card is a user defined class. So any variable of any class is called as a reference variable. So it's just a pointer. So the pointer's duty is what? It should only point to the object of the similar type. So str is a variable of which type? String type. It can only point to which type of information? String type of information. Similarly, card1 is a variable of which type? ID card class type. It can point to the information of which type? A new block or new object to store every information of the ID card object. So this is pointing to which object? ID's object. So what is the minimum code to create an object right now? That means if I just say steps to create object of a class. class. So for that, just say new and then just say the class name and then say round bracket as of now. This will just create the object where every non-static data is loaded for the first time. And now this will return an address which we can store it in which variable? I can directly store it in a variable of reference type. So how many times we are saying new, that many times physical objects are created. So this is a second physical object. I want to store it in a new reference type. So I have to declare the second variable, right? So now I have how many objects of ID card right now? Two ID card objects. The first one can be referred through which name? Card1. Second is referred through which name? Card2. Now, if I want to set the card1 details, so this is the first physical object whom I can refer through which variable? Card1. So to refer to this object, I will call the variable called card1 dot. So inside that object, what do we see? What is there inside an object? Now, the card object consists of, that means student name and the set name and the display name or print ID card. You can just imagine what are all those things right now. Can you see the code right now? Just see the code, you will understand what are all those things. Now static keyword I am using only once here itself. Now after that I have used which type of information? Non-static. After that, this is just for testing purpose I have shown. Otherwise it's not required. So let me just take it out. Now this is an operation which belongs to an object. So this method is a non-static method. And when you see the next way, after the set name, we have another method called as display student name. So this is also representing the object's operation. So this is also called as non-static method. Okay. So whichever does not use a static keyword, they are all non-static. Non-static. Similar to the information. Right? And at last I wrote another non-static method just to print every card detail. So while printing the card, I require the information of the college name, which is a static information. So this method is actually a non-static method, but it is able to call which data? Can call both static and non-static data. That means any non-static method can call non-static as well as static data. So inside this non-static method, what am I trying to print? A static information as well as non-static. Simply blindly we can say everything which is available in the class, I can call it directly. Inside which function? Non-static. But like previously what we wrote was a display. If I write a static function to just display the college name. So this function can only access which type of data? The static information. Like this. So right now static information can be called inside static method. Only static. Static information only is eligible. That means this is only we can call inside the static function. So static methods cannot call non-static information. That we have to do. So static methods can only call the static information of the class, because these two are the class information, class members. Because this is out of it, it's outside the class, it's in the object. So whenever a class is loaded, what is loaded in the class? Only the static members of the class are found in the class location. So that's the reason static methods can only call static information. But what about this information which is non-static? Basically, non-static can be called inside non-static methods directly. Plus, the non-static methods can also call the static information. As I said the picture here, the college name CMRIT can be used while printing the ID cards. If this is one card and this is the second card, these are objects of the class ID card. But this is the class. So this is class ID card and these are the objects. So these just we can say are the objects of the ID cards. So card 1, next we can say just card 2 and then we can say this is card. Card 3 is getting printed in ID card. I am just saying I want to print the ID card. This is a printing picture. So whenever I print an ID card, what can we see inside the ID card? We can see the student name as well as the college name. But actually college name variable does not exist here. It is not found inside the object as it's already loaded inside the class. It cannot be loaded again and again. So this is loaded once inside the class ID card. But inside every object we'll find the non-static data. So sname is loaded again and again for every new object created. And when every card calls an operation like I said print ID card, if I do this operation on the card object, okay, this operation, if I do it on the first card, so which card information will be shown right now? If I say like this, which card information will be shown when we call this operation? Okay, what is the code we have written in the print ID card? In that we said I want to print the college name and I want to print the student name, the code inside that function. So I am calling the print ID card function. On which object? The first card. This is the first card. So inside this card, what is the student name? A. And what is the college name? Is it available here or is it available in the class?
It is available in the class.
So while printing college name, we'll see CMRIT, but while seeing the student name, we'll see which name? A. So same way, if in the second object we have a name B and the third object has a name C. So while printing all the ID cards, if I say the same operation on every object, I say card2 dot the ID card. That means these operations are done on the objects. So now you can observe this code a little bit, you'll understand right now. Now I'm calling this function on the class or I'm calling via the objects. Previously we did that, like we said calculator dot something we did. Previously we just wrote the class name and we said something like this. So what is calculator there? Is it an object or is it a class? Calculator was a class or is an object?
Class it is.
Yeah, so at that time it was a class name. Class name dot the method is called a static. Class name dot static. But here, am I calling through class or is it an object?
Object.
So object dot the non-static. So these methods I can call only through objects because these are non-static methods. So any non-static data or any non-static method can be called only via objects. Any static data can be called via class name directly. But now this is only not applicable for class, it can be used up by all the objects also. Every object of the class can access this data, can share it now. It's a shareable information. So where did I use the data? I have written that data inside the print ID card, the code we have written. So SOP of college name and SOP of student. That's what we have written. So inside the print ID card, which is a non-static method, objects method, we are using both static data as well as non-static data. Now, how do we create an object? As I said, to create an object, new, class name, round brackets, and then to the left side give a name to that object, a reference name to it, so that I can call that object again. And similarly, I can create any number of objects. So once we create every new object, give a new reference to it. Don't give the same reference. Give a new reference. Now, after object creation, what we can do? We can call information or operation. So now I can simply say card1 dot. So should I print the card first or should I set the name for the card? Basically, should I print the card directly or should I first set the name of the card?
Set the name.
So the operation I am calling through the object, not through the class. Now, I didn't say id card dot set name. Now I'm saying card1 dot set name as in the diagram I have shown A. So that means this name will go inside the object. So there is an object where we have a S name. So in that S name, we are storing which data? A data. So this is the picture of it. This is the object. So whenever I said new ID card, this image will come in the JVM, in heap area. In heap, there are three objects available. In the first object, we have loaded S name and we have set the name as A. So first card's S name is set as A. So similarly, I can go for second card also. So if you have created two objects right now, I can take the card 2 and I do an operation on it called as set S name and I just pass a new name. So the procedure is same, but I am doing this function on some other object. So I have taken the second card and just set the name of this card. Now once this is done, you can start printing the card. Print ID card. So by this, you will see the data as the college name as CMRIT and the person's name as. And when I do the same operation on the second card, print ID card. So I'll get the information as CMRIT and. So same way as the diagram we have seen the three objects. So I'll just try to change the information. So I just have to repeat the same sentence, give a new name to the same object, similar object, and just say card3 dot set name as C, and then just say card3 dot print card. Any confusion till here as of now?
No, no.
So just this coding we have to learn that whenever we need to create an object, we have to follow this syntax. New keyword is important. Now what is new keyword is? It's an operator actually. New is a keyword or an operator create a new object to create a physical memory, block of memory on heap area. This is only called as object. That object means a physical chunk of memory, block of memory. And this object will be loaded with all the non-static information of the particular class, of the class as a class associated with it. After the new keyword. So whatever we write, we just say new. If I say 6, which object is created right now? This creates a new string object.
String object.
So if you have, this is already a predefined class, they can just say that I can write some information. So this is a predefined. Same way if I say new ID card, which object is created right now? Creates a new ID card. That means what is there inside that object? S name and set name, S name, or we say print ID card. These methods were there. These are all found inside the card object. Object has data and methods, operations to be done on that data. So how many times you are doing, that many times the object is coming. That's all. Just we have to take references of them. Okay. Take one reference, but of the same time. This reference should be of the ID card. I cannot take some other different type. It's not compatible. So in this manner, we just go for the object collection. Is that clear? Any confusion till here? I'll just execute and show you the program. From top to bottom, you can check it once again. There is a class with class information called CMRIT and objects information which is not yet initialized in the coding. But to initialize that, we have to use some functions. Now next is a method which will help you to display the college name. So whenever somebody wants to see the college name, just think like this is a graphical button. Button says display view the college name. So whenever somebody clicks on this button, immediately college name is appeared on the screen. Just think graphical representation of this way. So every operation is like a button on an app which we click. I say submit, I say login, we say register, we say add, we say change profiles, edit button. So many operations we do on every app. So just think that in an ID card printing app, we have an operation called view college details, view student details, something like that. So this operation is an app-oriented operation. That means static operation. So this is used for printing college name. So just to see the college name, I don't need to generate a student. I don't have to see why are the student right now. So this is a static information. So these two informations we'll find in the class area inside a class called as ID class. So in this diagram, which I have set here we have this data and the function called as display college name. This function. These two are present here in this class region, that is ID card. And after that, we have written a non-static method used for setting a new name onto the student. So this procedure we have here. Next, a function just to view the student name, only the student name. So for that, non-static data is printed here. Then a function just to bring in all the details for a particular ID card, where I am using both the information. So this is a non-static method printing both static as well as non-static. Now in this class, how many static informations we have? How many members are static? 1. Another is 2. There are 2 static members in the class. So how do we call them? How to call this and how to call this? To call any static information, class name dot CNAME, class name dot display CNAME. So if I want to just print the college name, so inside name what should we do? I can simply say ID card dot display CNAME. Okay. So I'll just try to write one button here. So first thing what I call class and its static method. So by this what should be the output on the screen? College name is CMR. Yeah. Let us see this here. So here we have the class called as test ID class, idcard.java. So there's an error reached end of the file while parsing. Braces mistake actually. Either it will be more or less. So if you observe from top to bottom, you'll get an idea. this is correct, this is correct. So just if you give a gap between each method, you'll understand. So these all methods belong to the class ID card. So this class should be closed, fully closed. And this is the second class with only linear. And there's a method. Let's take here student name. There are the student name. Set with student. So as of now, I just viewed the college name. So for college name is static data of the class, and display college name is also static method of the class. So did I create any object or we called it to the class?
With the class.
Yeah, so this is static. Static is called with class name. That's only a theory. Now I want to call, or we say objects information, or we say we want to create object and call objects information, objects members. So for that, how to create an object right now? Let's take a reference variable is equal to new and the class name as it is. The cases should be the same and just keep round. So this has created how many objects right now? So if we take 3, how many objects we have totally created here?
3 objects.
3 objects, and everything is having a new name. Now set the first. Now what I can do on each object? What are the operations? One is set as name, one is display as name, and one is print card. So first let us test these two operations. Call setting name and try to view the name. Two things we'll test it first. So first test the card one as A. Card one name as A. So what should we do for that? Card one dot set s name as. Now can you print this name? Instead of writing SOPs here, is the card having any operation inside that app? Will be an operation to display S name. Check that. I have written the solution here itself. I have written a program or method here which will print the student name. The code is inside the class. So whenever you want to print any card's name, student's name of the card, you have to just say display S name. So this display S name will print whose name? Card one's name. Inside card one, which student is there? That person's name. Same way, we'll go for the other two cards. This is card 2 and this is card 2 dot display. This is also card 3, card 3. So let us just set it and display. We want to just set the card details and view the details. So this is first information we get. Then student name is set. That means first student. And his name is A. Student name is set. Sorry, I set you the same name. I will change. So these non-static information can be different for different students. This is the non-static. Static data will be same for all, but non-static data can change. Now we can see student name is different in first part, second part, and third part. So first we are setting each object and then trying to display it. Set a new object and display. Set the new name of the object and display. So we have done it thrice. Now instead of displaying the name of the student, I can display the whole card itself through a printing method. So I set the detail, that is only student name had to be set. We have already set. College name is already there. Let me try to print the college at the card right now. Instead of printing one by one, I can directly do this. So this function will bring both the details of the card. One is card's own non-static data, and other is,
This card one, no, no.
yeah, card 1, card 2, sorry, card 1. Yeah. So we have card 2 and the card. Any confusion till here?
No.
We are just calling some methods out of that, non-static methods. It's your wish what you want to do. Today I'll give you an assignment, you'll understand that. So first is only static operation, which is displaying college name. Next is non-static operation, which is setting the name of the student. Then printing the card, what do you say? ID card. Print ID card, which is non-static method. So non-static, non-static. We are doing this thrice right now. Is that clear? Any confusion? CMRIT is common for all the three students. Only name is different. College name is same, student name can differ. That's the reason student name must be different data loaded thrice. But college name is loaded how many times? Once only inside the class. It is never loaded again. Now while printing every card object, we use that college name. College name is just used for printing purpose. It is present in which location? Class location.
Class area. Class.
So that information is shareable to all objects of the same class directly. They can access that. Now my question is, can the class access the non-static data?
No.
No, that's not at all possible. Objects is totally different. Class is different. Class is like a software coding already which is done. And objects are the ones which are physically loaded on the system during execution. Huh? Any confusion till here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, now if I ask you to write a new program representing the calculator right now, a proper program, you should decide in the calculator, we will only discuss about name of the software, the result, and one operation you can take plus or whatever. Using these three, name, result, and addition operation. You have to decide what is static, what is non-static, how to write the methods, how to execute them. So this program will write only once, but you can run it a number of times. N calculators we can open. So can you just tell me the code so that I'll type it in? You take 2 minutes, you jot down some rough note. So design your own calculator with only two information. That is, one is with name is equal to calculator and result is equal to 0. And take addition operation with two inputs. Two integer inputs. Okay? And then to decide. So you have to decide what is static in this class and what are the non-static in this class and methods. So methods or whatever. How many methods you are writing, how to call them in the main group. So main is a separate class, right? Class test or calculator. And here I am writing main. So I'll just give you 2 minutes time. You can just roughly write the code and come. Hello? Hello?
Next one.
Yeah. Did you finish that? So what should we write inside the class?
First, we have to static string name is equal to calculator.
Okay. Static string name is equal to calculator. Next.
That we have to like write a function on static void display
No.
string name.
First, all variables. There are two variables. I should declare one more variable, no?
Rest, yes. Mm,
Is equal to
zero.
0. So is this static or non-static?
Non-static.
Yeah. Now we can start writing methods.
Uh,
We will write only one method as what we
static.
have.
Yes, ma'am. Static void display string name.
Is it static?
Yes, ma'am. Like it is the same for everything name, calculator name
Yeah. If it is static, how should I run this? Run this operation? How will I call this method?
with class name.
With class name. So that means should I open up an app? Should I open two objects? I
I
want to
can
do
understand it.
addition hit. Okay. I want to open two calculators. So that means without creating object of calculator, can you click on plus symbol now?
Yes, ma'am.
Without opening the calculator. This
No,
object.
I'm sorry, sorry. No, no. We have to open the calculator first and then we have to click.
Yes. So that means this is not a static. This is non-static. Because I can do this operation only when the calculator exists. Otherwise, we can't do this. So right now, it's a
Int A, int B.
Ma'am,
yeah, Yogeshwar.
add program is belongs to calculator only, no, ma'am.
Calculator only. But how do I use it? With object or without object?
With top.
With object. No, I loaded a physical object. I can call this operation via two objects also. No, operation is same, but it is found in two objects. Without calculators, we cannot use addition. Without objects, we can't use this operation. Okay, I'll tell you in a more logical way, like general functions. For example, in C language, we used to write like string length. It used to just give the length of the string. Okay, string length is a function in C language where it is to take some string and return the length of the string. It is to return the length of it. Somehow the logic and all used to write that. But in C language, did we discuss or talk about anything called objects at that time? Did we discuss anything like that? In C language objects, did we discuss or we just called function and called the functions?
We'll just call the function.
Yeah, just like this we used to call it. And to see the answer, we can see the answer directly in the instance. We can do it like this, right? That means it's a general function, general, not associated with some object. So right now, if I make the calculator also like a, because now calculator is a class, it's not talking about just a function. If it has an add function and we had some variables here, like a non-static function, if you have taken like that, if it's a static function, how will I use this right now? I will take the how to call a static function of a class. If that addition is a static function, how will we call it? Like this. Is it correct? What is the answer it is displaying right now? try to understand. If it was a static method, I would call it like this. Like in the first class, I spoke like this. Correct? In the beginning.
Yes.
Now, how do I add another numbers right now? This answer is over. I want to take another calculation. Can I take one more copy of this software, or is it only one software? Classes same or two different classes? One class only, no? Calculator is one
Yes,
class.
ma'am.
And add is a static method, if it was a static method. I'm calling
Hmm.
the same method second time, but with some other data. Now what do we see on the screen? What is the answer displayed on the screen right now? You're clear? You will see which answer?
Yes, ma'am.
10.
10.
Now, can you show me the previous answer right now? Like this,
No, ma'am.
I'll take the same because calculator is like one now. Only one calculator I can open in my system, and either I can do addition or I can do some other calculation, but not all at once. I cannot see all those simultaneously. This is 7. But can I see all the three answers side by side?
No, ma'am.
No, because it is like single code. The static code means only once we can run. I cannot run it thrice at a time. So we make this addition as objects data. So if I am doing this addition on second calculator, this I am doing on the first calculator, and if this I am doing on the third calculator. Then on first calculator, I am calling an addition operation. This addition is called via object. So it is not a static method, it's a non-static. So I am doing addition on first calculator with this data. I'll see this answer on first calculator. Second calculator shows this, third calculator shows this. I can go back to the first calculator and see the same answer again. If there is a method called as display result, if there was a method like this, I can see again the same answer. So after doing three calculation, I want to go back to the first calculator and display its result once again. My answer is safe. It's not lost by any a single calculator. No, I don't have one copy of a software. I'm able to open three copies of it because these are non-static things. If it was static, I cannot do like this at all. I should only open the calculator once. Just think in an app is developed in such a way that you can open only one copy. You cannot open twice or thrice. Like in your mobile, there's only one clock, one stopwatch, everything is single copies only. I don't have multiple, no, for that. So like we have to do like this only, or I have to take the same calculator, one calculator, and do difference of something also. Something, but I can't see both the answers at once. So should I take this method as static or non-static? So should I take addition as static or non-static?
Static, ma'am.
Non-static, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So then what should we do here?
RDS is equal to N1 plus N2.
Yeah, so this is objects of first calculator. That means this is the program about every calculator. I'm not saying this is only first calculator. It is just a calculator code of a calculator. Now let me write display result. So here I can do that. Now if I want to see the calculator name of the calculator. So I can go for a static method. So I can just say the static method is only for displaying static information. I'm just writing. Is that clear? Any confusion here?
No.
Now, while displaying the result, you can display the result as well as the calculator name also. You can call this operation. Instead of SOP again, you can do this. I called a method called display name, by which what is displayed instead of writing system.out. Start writing this. I can directly call the function which is doing that operation. So static method can be called in any non-static method. I can call it directly. I can call it here. Okay, if you are not clear, I'll skip this. Are you clear with this or shall I skip this line?
Clear, no? Clear.
Anything, I can directly write SOP of name or else I can say display name, which is already a function. And now it will just do the same task. Okay. Now how do we execute this program? Without objects, can you show me something? Without objects creation, can you show any information?
Only we can show the name, display name only, no?
Yeah,
Rest all
so
get out.
that means class name dot display
Display.
this. Okay. Let's just see the execution. Okay, till here any confusion? We didn't take any objects right now.
Yes,
We just kept it. Now I want to do addition. What I need right now? I have to do addition.
you have to define an object first. So
Yeah, yeah. So define an object and then go for the addition. So how do we create an object?
calculator A1
Okay.
is equal to new calculator this
Then
C1 dot add 79
and I can display the result
result.
because I didn't write the display in the addition function just to
Yes.
separate it. Okay, so it is also showing the same name. Calculator name is same, result is 12. Now take another calculator and do the same procedure once again. Take one more calculator. And try to just say, I'll come in the first line because anyhow it's displayed in every object. Okay. This is a graphical, like what we have seen physically in the graphical page. This is also the same. It's showing the same word calculator, but the answer is 12. This is another calculator, physical calculator, but the result is 68.
Yes.
If you want to see the first calculator, you want to click on tab and go to the first calculator. That means I can simply say I want to see which calculator. Like you're clicking on the first calculator object.
C1.
So I'll see the same object once.
Yes.
Is that clear? Any confusion till here?
No,
Both
no.
of you, Yogeshwar, are you clear with this concept?
Yes, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
And Java will be very easy while coding because C++, no, same concept in C++ is very, very complicated. When you write the code, now we'll be using pointers, this, that, so many topics will come there. But Java will go very smooth actually. This one. I think we could not cover all the topics today. I'll see. That's a small topic only. That is about the constructor, static. See, the procedure of creation of an object is only called as instantiation. The process of creation of objects of some class is called as instantiation. That means new what we have written now, that procedure is only called as instantiation. So that just by saying that, I just say new ID card. So this whole procedure is only called as instantiation of ID object. There's like an instance. So if I say I have something, you don't get a picture. Something means some object. But if I say I have a pen, that means now you're thinking like an imagining a picture. Okay, that something becomes a proper instance. Instance means which gives you proper information. Object means just a raw material, just like a physical. I don't know what is there inside. There is something, but what is that I don't know. That is called as object. When you know what is that complete description, if you know, that is called as instance. So whenever we say new, we only get a physical block, but that block should be loaded with all the information ID card. Then only it is called as instance of the ID card. Otherwise, new is only used to load, preserve some block of it. That physical block is object unless ID card information is loaded inside that. So the second line is for loading ID card information into this object. This whole two codes of information is called as together instantiation of ID card. Is that clear? Any confusion till here? But here new is only for object, physical block of no data, no information, no details of data. But when we say ID card like this, beside that, it loads all the data of all the non-static data, we have to say. Non-static data of the ID card class. Clear? So this is only called as when this is loaded. So after loading, we call this as instance. The object now becomes instance of ID card. So this whole procedure, this procedure is called as instantiation. You're just trying to mold. There's a raw material. Some plaster of Paris is given. You mold it to some Ganesha idol. So then that becomes a idol. Ganesha idol. Something like you are trying to transform a raw to a proper instance. So this I'll cover it tomorrow. So shall I stop till here, or you have any doubts in this? Both of you? Are you clear, or you have any doubts regarding this?
No, Lord, clear.
So today I'll give you one program. You try to solve. I think all previous programs are done. Last assignment.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I didn't get the solutions. I think only Vishwa sent some.
I'll send you today.
Fine. So I'll just send you one more program, a complicated one, a lengthy program. So you just solve it and send that. Okay. Thank you.